Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Carolyn. This is going to be Get Ready With Me, and I'm going to be continuing to try out the makeup that my friend Amy decluttered to me. If you missed the first video of me trying out some of the makeup and you're interested in seeing that, I will have it linked in the description box. She did give me quite a few products that I still haven't tried, so I figured I would try more of those products in this video. So if that sounds interesting to you, then just keep on watching. Today I'm going to be trying out the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation. And I'm actually going to be using the Supergoop Matte Mineral Matte Sunscreen. This is SPF 40. So this was recently decluttered to me from my friend Kim from Teacher Loves Beauty. And it's tinted. I use it as more of a primer. I really like it. It's tinted and it's very mattifying. And I just love it as a primer. The reason I wouldn't use it as a foundation is because it's expensive. A full bottle is $40, which is such a bummer because I would definitely want to buy this, and I actually might if I think of it more as a primer, because you would need to use quite a bit of this to use what you're supposed to use for sunscreen, like, you know, to cover everything appropriately. I would go through this like in a couple weeks. I mean, the full size. And so yeah, I would want to just use less, but use it as a primer. So I'm going to try out this Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation. This is in the shade 002 Neutral Ivory, and I'm just gonna put some on the back of my hand. I'm actually going to, I usually kind of like spread it with my finger over my face, but I've been watching a lot of Katie Jane Hughes on Instagram and TikTok, and she always says, and she's a pretty famous makeup artist if you didn't know, she says that you should load up the brush and then put it on instead of, wow, instead of doing the technique that I normally do. So I figured I would try this out. So unlike the Bobbi Brown foundation stick, this is pretty full coverage. I would say this is almost too light for me, which is not normally a issue I have with foundations. It's funny. It'll probably be fine when I put on the bronzer and blush and everything. Okay, I think I'll just skip concealer because that was pretty full coverage. I'm gonna do my cream bronzer now. So since I ran out of my Makeup Revolution cream bronzer, I've been using this, And I just kind of mix right now these two shades because together they make a good bronzer shade. It's like a really cool toned and then an orange toned. And yeah, I'm just doing the cream side of this. So there's the gray, and then I just literally put the orange on top. And I'm gonna pat it out, buff it out with this. Okay, now I'm gonna set everything with powder. I'm gonna prime my eyelids right now. Lately I've been using the shade from the Danessa Meyer's Brown Work palette and setting it with the powder shade, and it's worked really well for me. My eyeshadow lasts all day without creasing. When I wasn't setting my primer, my eyeshadow creased a lot more. I thought it was supposed to do the opposite because that's what I had heard, was that, you know, if you set your eyeshadow primer with the eyeshadow itself, it would last longer. But I'm finding that, at least with this Danessa Meyer's powder, which is made to absorb oils, it's lasting so much longer. So if you happen to have this palette, I highly recommend trying it at least. Maybe trying it when you don't have to be out all day, you know, just to see if it works for you, because I have oily eyelids and it works really, really well for me. So I just put that on with the Nikki LaRose N16 brush. And then I use the powder with this brush, and this, I have no idea actually where it came from. I've had it like for over a decade. So it came from some brush set, but I like it as my like lid, for my lid setting powder. So yeah, I think I'm just, even when I run out of this, I think I'm just gonna keep setting my eyeshadow primer because it seems to hold up a lot better for me personally. So I'm gonna do my eyebrows real quick. I think I'm just gonna skip the ABH pomade, brow pomade that I normally do, and just use this NYX Thick It Stick It. What is the shade? Espresso. So I'm going to do bronzer next, but the reason I've already primed my eyelids and set them is because I want to try blush draping. So it's basically where you put blush on. I normally put my blush here, but you kind of also focus it on your eyes as well. I've never tried it before, but I figured I would try it now because I want to try this Alamar Cosmetics. I want to try these two blushes. This is kind of like an orange blush, and then this is more of a corally blush, and this is the Colorette Blush Trio in Fair Light. So I figured these would be fun shades to try the blush draping technique with. And this is just your regular, you know, like nudie pink beige blush. So I figured, you know, I didn't really need to try that on camera. Okay, but I am gonna put my bronzer on first. And I'm gonna be using this Ofra palette again. I figured I would try this bronzer, and this is the Egyptian Clay bronzer. I'm using the BK Beauty Dense Bronzer brush. I think it's the 111. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna actually use both of these shades. So I'm gonna start with this orangey shade. This is Castaway, and then this shade is Scorcher. So just gonna use this Profusion brush. This is the round tapered powder brush. I'm always kind of like nervous to try new techniques on camera. I don't know why, so hopefully this works out okay. But basically, it's just kind of a combination of blush and eyeshadow, like focusing it more in the higher points of your cheeks and blending it in with the eyeshadow. This blush is not really that pigmented, which I guess is good because it's basically straight up orange. I think that's why I wanted to use that, also use the corally shade. I think that's good for this side. And I don't really know if I'm doing this. I mean, it's giving the effect I was planning, so it is working out how I wanted it to, at least with this shade. I think this is how it's supposed to look. I think I might go in with my pomade, my ABH pomade when I'm done with the blush. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the corally shade and kind of try to like put it more in the in the middle of this blush. I don't know if that makes any sense, but just so that the orange blush still kind of peeps through underneath. trying to think, see if they're even. It's looking pretty orange now. That second shade really did add a lot more color. I think I'm just gonna like take this powder brush and kind of just blend everything. There's nothing on this brush, but it works to just kind of blend everything together. Okay. I think I'm actually gonna add a little bit more bronzer just to kind of like mesh it together better. I don't know what it is, but I like to have my bronzer kind of be the same level of color intensity as my blush. That's just personal preference. I'm just gonna add some brow pomade to the ends of my brows. I think I'm gonna add just a little bit more of these shades to my crease. I'm just gonna actually mix them together, and I'm taking a fluffy brush, and all I'm doing is trying to like bring the color in a little bit more, and then I'm gonna use a shimmer shade on my lid. Okay. I'm gonna use my NYX glitter primer. And I'm going to be using the shimmer from this BH Mimosa palette. I know you can't get this palette anymore, but this is just, this shimmer right here is something I have on hand, and I figured it would work well for this look. Okay. I'm going to be adding some highlighter now. So this is the Beverly Hills highlighter, and I'm going to be using this shade from it. as well. Okay, I'm gonna be using this ColourPop gel liner in Boots, and I was looking up because in the last video where I was trying out the new makeup, I mentioned how much I love these because they stay put on the waterline, and I was trying to look up how much they cost to see if I wanted to get more, and they don't have them anymore. Just such a bummer because they really hold up well on the waterline. So I wanted, this is a pink color, and I felt like maybe it would be really good for this look. We'll see. I don't have a good angled eyeliner brush. I'm using this one from BK Beauty, but it's like too thin for me, my preference. Going to put some in my waterline now. So if you know of any other eyeliners that really stay put in the waterline, I would love to know. I know the Urban Decay eyeliners do. But if you know of any other ones, I would love to know. But I think I have an okay assortment for now, so I don't really need any right now. I'm gonna smudge just a little bit of both of these colors on my lower lash line. It's not really working. I'll use this brush for my lower lash line. Just to add a little bit there. I'm gonna do my mascara, going in with these two, layering them. For my lips, I'm going to use the ColourPop lip blotted lip in Brain Freeze. It's like a bright pink color. I'm just gonna kind of put it in the center of my lips and then blot it out. I wish I had an orangier shade. I don't really have an orange. I have this shade that's Coral Berry, that's a little bit corally and a little bit more orange. I'll just put a layer of this on too. And maybe I should put a lip gloss on. This is Missed Call from NYX. Okay, so this is the finished look. I feel like it's lighter than what I normally do as far as eyeshadow and everything, but I like it. It's different for me. Let me know what you think. I'll kind of quickly go over the other things that she gave me. Let me know if you are interested in me trying out any of these products specifically on camera. There's a lot of lipsticks, so I won't be using all of those in a video, or in videos. Over time I'll end up using them in videos, but I'm not really gonna try them out for the first time in videos. But she also gave me the Alma by Sharon C. This is the Flawless IRL Skin Perfecting Foundation in the shade My Fair Lady. The Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation. This is being discontinued. And then the Purelisse Ageless Glow Serum BB Cream. This is SPF 40. So those are the foundations. The mini NARS blush in the shade Torrid. NARS, and then there's a couple face palettes in addition to the Ofra. This is the NARS face palette in Overlust. It's the cheek palette. This isn't available anymore. They have these limited edition face palettes that they have every year, but maybe these specific shades are still available. There's Tied Up, Deep Down, Drift, Let It Burn, Get Lost, and Body Talk. I'm really excited about this. This is my first NARS face palette and I'm really excited about it. So, and then lastly is the Becca face palette. Becca's no longer a brand, so can't get this anymore, but you could probably maybe find it on Mercari or Poshmark or something, but that's what this looks like. If there's any of these products that you want to see me use, let me know. But I think I'm just gonna do one more video of me trying out this makeup for the first time. So let me know if there's anything you really want to see me use. I will continue to be doing Get Ready With Me's and still using these products, so I'll eventually try them out, probably all on camera, but just not in dedicated videos. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!